comes the rain.
Down comes the rain. Okay. By Franklin M. Branley. Illustrated by Mary Ann Fraser. Let's not forget the illustrator. Do you want to? Yeah, because she has beautiful pictures.
This is water evaporating, I think.
Yeah, water and water vapors.
So, this picture is them having fun in the water. This picture is a dog, cat, and the dog is chasing the cat. The cat is chasing the water.
Okay.
Just kidding. She's trying to get out the water.
Okay. So here we go. It says, rain comes from clouds. It comes from big clouds and little clouds. It comes from black clouds, white clouds, and gray clouds.
The kid is on a bicycle and he's saying, "Oh no, the rain is falling. What do we do? I have to go to my daddy's house. Bye."
Okay.
And the dog is saying, "Yay."
Okay, let's turn the page. All clouds, big ones and little ones, gray ones and white ones, are made of billions of tiny drops of water. The drops are called droplets because they are so small. If this is the size of a drop of water, a droplet would be just a tiny speck, even smaller than this one. So that's a drop and that's a droplet. It says water droplets come from water vapor. Water vapor is a gas. There's always water vapor in the air, but you can't see it, can't smell it, and you can't feel it.
No, stop there. I'm turning the page.
Okay, turn the page.
So this is a big drop. This is a tiny drop, but I can't see its size.
Okay.
This is a dog. He's saying, "Oh, I'm do it." And the guy is saying, "What?" And the umbrella is falling. Dog tail, and he's gonna be stuck. But these guys are just weird. And the cat is just jumping on the leaf.
Okay. Water vapor is made when water evaporates. That means water changes from a liquid to a gas. In the morning, put a teaspoon of water in a saucer. By the night, it may have evaporated into the air. When wet clothes hang on the clothesline, the water in them evaporates. The heat from the sun changes the water drops and droplets into water vapor, just like the heat from the stove changes water in a kettle to water vapor. If you heat it long enough, all the water boils away. The water vapor goes into the air. Most of the water vapor in the air comes from lakes, rivers, and oceans. It comes from the leaves of plants and from the wet ground. Heat from the sun causes the water to evaporate. The water changes from a liquid to a gas, and the water vapor goes into the air. When you breathe out, you put water vapor into the air. Usually you cannot see the water vapor, but it is there. Sometimes if it's cold, you can see the breath. Sometimes when it's cold, you can see your breath. That's because the water vapor condenses. It changes from gas to a little cloud. When cows, horses, dogs, and cats breathe out, they put water vapor into the air too. On a cold day, the water vapor changes to droplets and makes little clouds you can see. You can make water vapor change to water. Put a lot of ice into a glass of water. As the glass gets colder, the outside of the glass gets wet. Water vapor in the air is condensing on the glass. There's maybe so much condensation that the glass drips. Sometimes the glass stays dry. That means there is not much water vapor in the air.
I know laughing.
The air holds the water vapor. Breezes carry it from one place to another. Much of the water vapor moves up and away from the earth. Water droplets growing by combining with each other to form large drops. So if you see that it's moving, here you see rising water vapor. It says this isn't visible to the human eye. And then here you see water vapor condensing to form droplets. And then here you see water droplets growing by combining with each other to form large drops.
And this is the biggest drop yet.
That is the biggest drops. What do you think? Yeah, and so here they're at the top by the clouds. And we all know that the clouds are water vapor.
What do you think of the cloud? Maybe it's so windy and they are winning and the boats are flying.
Okay,
I think the boats are going to wash.
So here it says, air above the earth is always cold. The higher you go, the colder it gets. When air gets cold enough, the water vapor in it condenses. The water changes to water droplets. The water droplets make clouds. So, you know, the higher you go in the atmosphere, you might see different temperatures or even ice, right? Above the clouds or in the clouds. When clouds are thin and wispy, they are holding only a little water. When clouds are thick and dark, they are holding much more water. A single droplet is so small you cannot see it, but you can see a cloud. That's because there are millions and millions and millions of water droplets in a cloud. Inside the cloud, droplets join together to make drops. When the drops are too heavy to stay up in the clouds, they fall to earth. The sky is full of them. They fall through the air and splatter on the ground. They are raindrops. Sometimes there are only a few raindrops that fall. It is drizzling. Which page is the drizzling? This one?
This one?
Yeah. And right here it says, sometimes there are lots of big drops that fall very fast. Now it's pouring. Who do you see that's splashing in the water? All of the 3 kids?
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes the drops in clouds freeze. These raindrops become ice crystals. This can happen even on a hot summer day. Some clouds may be higher than most airplanes ever go. The higher the clouds, the colder they are. That's because the clouds and water droplets are high above the earth. Many clouds are so high that they are freezing cold.
What is this?
That's water vapor. So it says that's droplets.
What is this?
That's drops.
What is this?
Ice crystals.
Wow. It looks like a big cycle.
Yeah, it's the cycle of water going from the ground to the air.
It's like my teacher told me.
Yeah.
Actually, I did this so she can know.
Okay. In these high, cold clouds, water vapor changes to droplets, and the droplets change to drops. The drops freeze into ice.
I think the kid is reading upside down.
Oh, okay. So inside the cloud, these tiny bits of ice start to fall, but they don't always fall out of the cloud. Instead, they may be carried upward by air that is moving away from the earth. As they are carried upward, more water collects on the tiny bits of ice. When that water freezes, the crystals of ice have another layer on them. The ice crystals are now heavier. So once they fall towards the earth, but air moving away from the earth may carry the ice crystals upward again. Higher and higher they go, and another layer of ice freezes onto them. You know, there's a movie called Aeronauts, and you can see them going into the earth.
Well, I see one dart. I think it's gonna hit everyone, and then there's
Oh, the ice crystals get heavier and heavier. They get so heavy the air can no longer carry them upward. So the ice crystals fall to the earth. it is raining ice. The ice crystals grow larger and fall to the earth as hailstones. They may be the size of your fingernail, or they may be as big as golf balls, or even bigger. In 1970, hailstones as big as softballs fell on Kansas. Fields of corn were flattened by the hailstones. Hailstones are not stones. They're pieces of ice. So when it hails, go inside so you're not hit on your head. When it stops hailing, go outside and pick up a hailstone, break it in two, and you will see the layers of ice.
Wow, it seems like she's carrying lots of snowballs, and I seem like she's gonna drop the floor right here.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna drop it on the head.
Water in the clouds can make hail. Water in the clouds make rain too. When it stops raining or hailing, the sun comes out once more. Water evaporates.
I think the horse is running on her.
The horse with the cows. Water evaporates from lakes, rivers, and ocean. It evaporates from the leaves of plants and from the wet ground.
Mommy.
I think she's painting. They're both painting. You see that?
Look at the dog.
Oh, his tail is painting. Everyone's participating.
And they're all making some air out of those coins. And he's making grass. She's making grass so crazy.
Mm-hmm. The water changes to water vapor. It's carried up and away from the earth when the air is cool, and even freezing. When the water vapors cool, it condenses. The water vapor changes to water droplets, and all together the droplets make clouds. Water droplets join together to make water drops. The drops fall to the earth from the clouds. Once more, it is raining.
I'm thinking arrows.
And here's the glossary. You can look at it real quick. It says condense, droplet, evaporate, freeze, hailstone, and water vapor.
It looks like a big map is going to hang on your head.
Yeah, and it says if you want to find out more about rain, here's a cycle in a baggie. Oh, this is a good experiment. You use a baggie and you use tape and you use a marker and a cup. And then you put the water, and it says that's what you're looking at, the arrows. Evaporating the water, then condensation, and it goes back into precipitation. And so if you want to do this experiment about the water cycle, here are the directions. I'll let you just look at it. And basically you put water, a fourth of water in the bottom of the bag. I'll give you the quick. And then you close it and tape it into the window. And for the next few days, observe your bag. Is it clear? Are their sides foggy? Or do they have water droplets? The water in the bag is getting heated by the sun and evaporating. The gas then tries to escape from the bag. But when it touches the sides, it cools down and condenses again, dripping back down into the baggie. Look.
I think the kitty is running so fast, but the girl saying, no, umbrella, no, and she's gonna fly away.
So would you read this book again?
I can't read books.
Okay, but would you want Mommy to read this book to you again?
I could read the sight words.
Yeah, you can read the sight words. Like, what's a word on this book that you know? What's one of your sight words?
Down comes the rain.
Yes, good job. Well, you know a lot of these words. But that's all right. As we get bigger, this is a level 2. We're on level 1, but